Yeah. So for me, pending what happens before the February 6th trade deadline, I look at the West and I can confidently say that there's only three teams I think Minnesota should be worried about. One, OKC, they're a juggernaut. I'm not worried about Houston if I'm Minnesota because they haven't been there before. I think once the playoffs come around, they're going to have to go through that hard learning curve like Minnesota had to do for a few years. I certainly would be worried about the Memphis Grizzlies. That's a matchup that has tended to go Memphis's way in a lot of these head to heads with Minnesota. I don't worry about Denver because Minnesota owns the Nuggets. I don't worry about the Lakers. They're old and washed. I don't worry about the Clippers. I worry about the Mavericks if Luca is healthy from that strained calf that he suffered on Christmas Day against the Timberwolves. And if Kyrie's going, they're scary as can be. You don't worry about Phoenix because, I don't care how many machine gun actions Devin Booker does on the floor. He is owned by Jaden McDaniels and anybody that faces him in Minnesota. And then the rest of the West, Golden State, Sacramento, San Antonio, I mean, they got some talent, but they're not Minnesota. Minnesota should be considered one of the four biggest threats to go to the finals out of the West.